And here we are. This is the Huayra BC by AutoArt. And this is the first Huayra that I've actually reviewed by AutoArt. And I really do like this color combination a lot. Unlike all the other Paganis that I've reviewed, this is by far the most vibrant color that I've ever had in my possession. This is a fully opening model. It is from their ABS or composite line of models. So in other words, this is a plastic model. But AutoArt's proven for quite some time that this material works very well, especially on a model such as this particular car. The shape is perfect. There's no question about that at all. It's very good. The tires or wheel combination is fantastic on this model. You have these very, very nice large brake caliper in the front. You have the ceramic disc brake in the back, and it looks pretty decent. You have a center lug. You have scripting on the tires. Surprisingly, there's no Pagani script on the front caliper, and I don't know if that's accurate to the real thing. We'll definitely find it out a little bit later. But you do have the script on the rear tire of the Pagani, so I find that a little interesting. If you look into the front of this particular model, you have this very nice perforated grille up front. You have these really nice clear side markers or front markers. You have the quad headlights that are definitely very accurate to the real thing. It's all nicely placed. I really do like that. This paint stripe in the middle is definitely right up the middle, so there's nothing off or anything like that. You're going to notice that all the carbon fiber on this particular model is more or less a satin as opposed to a shiny carbon fiber that you would see on other Paganis. Also want to note on the side of this model, you do have, again, this part painted, and then you also have this carbon fiber exposed here. And again, there is some gloss to the black carbon fiber, so not as glossy as some of the other models that I've reviewed, but it is pretty nice. And again, you have the satin carbon fiber, the blue that you see here. So moving to the back of this model, you have this very nice perforated grille in the back as well. You have the quad exhaust, and it is nice and deep, so I really like that. This grille back here exposes some of the exhaust and engine elements, which is really nice. And of course, you have other parts of this model that have the perforated grills as well, so very nice. As I mentioned, this is a fully opening model, which obviously means that all the parts open. So let's go ahead and open this up. There are some other additional things that are movable, like these flaps in the front. You also have these in the back as well that do retract and go up and down. But let's focus on opening this up. Go. Just like with all Paganis, you want to start with the doors first. And there you are, fully opened. Now I can say, when I opened this up, because this is a lighter material, it definitely feels fragile, to put it nicely. But everything opened fairly simple rather. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at this model. Taking a closer look at this model, you have this nice separation between the carbon fiber and the painted blue, which you can see the flake in that paint. It's beautiful. See how this light shines against it. It's very nice. The carbon fiber on this particular model has no kind of gloss to it. It's more of a satin finish. And that is on all the carbon fiber parts, including the housings for the lights. One thing I can definitely appreciate about these gull wing doors is that you definitely can see a lot more of the interior, which you can see here. And of course, the color accents match the outside. You have a stitched seat belt. The seats are, I would say, pretty good for what they are. They don't look like a hard plastic to some extent, especially in the black areas where it's black. I wouldn't say so much where the blue is. Just moving over to the driver's side where all the action happens. You have a nicely done instrument cluster. You see the pedals at the bottom. That's real pointed. You see the Pagani on the steering wheel. You have the shifter there. It's all in black carbon fiber. Again, it's a flat color. It's not glossy at all. You have this beautiful engine and just the nice touches on it. You can see a Pagani right there on the hose. See some carbon fiber bits. You have this intake here. It has a little perforated grill on the very top. It's a nice touch. Just moving closer to the engine detail. There's a lot going on here. You can see all the strut braces. This is the typical Huayra engine, so there's nothing out of place there. You have these nice springs. The suspension on this model is not functional, just so you'll know. So there is no spring up and down action going on this one. But all the elements that should be here are there in this motor. At the bottom there you can see the turbo and the is that a turbo? And the turbo housing. So you see that down there. There's no real sense of separation between the pieces and parts and the hoses. And there are no wiring or lines present in this motor either. But despite that, it does look good. Of course, this is a roof that has the what we call panoramic, so you do have that, and the glass, if you want to call it that, the plastic plexiglass is fairly clear, so you do get a lot of detail throughout, so you can clearly see what's going on inside the cockpit of this car. It's moving over to the front section, and you can see there the fans are there. Lots of dry carbon fiber. The underside of the hood in this case is carbon fiber trimmed as well. Okay, just a little extra things. It's a closer look at those tires, the Pagani script, the Huayra script. I really like how clear and concise the scripting is on this. It's pretty nice. You can see there's a perforated grill behind it as well. It's a nice little detail. It's another perforated grill up front as well, right there. So there's nice little hidden things there. You can see the springs and the shocks through the corner there as well. Surprised that, well, I guess I'm not that surprised that it looks as if the suspension was functional, but it's not. And there you are, the Huayra BC by AutoArt. And now to my conclusions. Just one thing to note, the front brake caliper on this car does not have the Pagani script. The actual car doesn't either, so it is correct. AutoArt has that correct. The scripting is on the rear caliper. Interesting. Now, in the text of this video, I said, is the AutoArt Pagani really that bad? And I only put that there, obviously, to catch your attention, but also, I feel like the Paganis by AutoArt are kind of forgotten or left out. And it's because there have been so many spectacular competitor companies like Almost Real and LCD who's been hitting it out the park with their efforts. And those are better detailed models than the AutoArt. But with that said, this AutoArt is very good. It's a very good model. You could see it. The details are really intricate. They put a lot of time into this, but there obviously was some cost cutting. Not sure why they did it this way. You have to keep in mind that these models are relatively expensive, but compared to the Pagani and LCD efforts, they're a bargain. I looked it up, and you can still find this blue Pagani somewhere around the $250 to $273 range, which, you know, does sound high, but then you compare it to the Almost Real that is almost $400. And with the LCD, they retail roughly around $230, but a lot of times they're significantly higher. That beautiful Pagani convertible with the full carbon, for example, especially that blue model. That thing is almost $400. You can't find it lower anywhere. So yes, the AutoArts are a relative bargain compared to these, and you do get a lot for that $273, $250. You really do. You have scripting on the tires. You have very intricate and detailed brake calipers in detail. The interior is very nice. The openings are fragile, but they're not, I don't think they're going to break or anything. They just feel lighter, and I'm pretty sure that has a lot to do with the material. If I was to put a rating on this, I would definitely give it the $3 sign. It is well deserved. I think the number one thing that I liked the most was the paint. Some of the negatives, well, the carbon fiber is good, but it should be a gloss carbon fiber. It looks more like a satin on this sample, for example. And then also the notorious brick in the engine bay. No one has yet figured out what that Lego brick is back there, but it's back there, and it is kind of distracting. But beyond that, the engine detail is very good. Almost to a LCD level, not quite a Almost Real level, but it's there. So if you have these or you're interested in getting these and you don't have the Almost Real LCD money, these are a great buy. They look really great. Please like and subscribe. That is the best way I'm going to know you're enjoying these videos. I really do appreciate your time, and I look forward to seeing you next time.